Hi everyone, I'm Nathan with the ebookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to do a comparison review between the Kobo Glo HD here on the right and the Kindle Paperwhite 3 here on the left. So these devices both have the exact same 300 ppi e-ink screen, e-ink Carta screen, so they're very comparable, but the devices have a lot of different features and the different way they render text. The Glo HD, it has a infrared touchscreen, and the Paperwhite 3 has a capacitive touchscreen. So what this does is you can tell that up close, I don't think it's going to show up on camera, but it makes the Glo HD screen a little bit nicer. It has a little bit lighter background, and the fonts are just a touch darker, just because it doesn't have that added layer for the touchscreen. So it does have a little bit of an edge as far as the text clarity goes. As far as the screen quality goes, it's just a little bit, blacks are just a little bit blacker and the background's a little bit lighter, just so that adds just a little touch better contrast. But I mean, obviously both look good, so it's not like it's a huge difference between them. So as far as features go, I mean, they both have the same, like, 4 gigabytes of storage space. They've got the same processor, so there's not a whole lot of difference between them. On the outer design here on the Glo HD, we've got this little textured sort of soft back here, and it's got this power button on top and these little like angled edges. It's really comfortable to hold, fits in the hand nice. The Paperwhite's a little bit bigger. It's got more of a bezel area down here at the bottom to hold it by, and it's a touch heavier as well. It's got this soft coating on the back and has these rounded edges. So both are very comfortable to hold. Like I said, the Voyager's just a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier, or I mean the Paperwhite. But yeah, they got a lot of similar features otherwise. I mean, same screen, same processor, same amount of storage space. Obviously we got the major difference with the brands. You got Kobo store with the Kobo and the Kindle store with the Kindle. Let's go ahead and talk about the front lights and the screen, since that's what most people seem to care about. Let's go ahead and just show you close up. So I like using this book because it's got the exact same embedded font. So I mean, if you're trying to compare fonts on these two devices, it's not easy. But if you have the same book with the same embedded font, you can get a pretty close look, like with the same paragraph here, how text renders on both of them. Looks really good. So I mean, the Glo HD, like I said, has a little bit of an edge, but it's not like it's hard to read at all on the Paperwhite. So I got the front light off on both of these. So my camera does adjust automatically with brightness, so this is an inexact science, but let's go ahead and just turn up the front light brightness on these just a little bit. Actually, I should just use the side on the Glo HD. So let's go ahead and close this box. What's cool about the Glo HD is you can just adjust the front light by dragging along the side right there. So the Kindle, you have to open up this dialog box. So in person, these two brightness levels are pretty comparable. The Glo HD has a more of a subtle bluish tone to it. The Paperwhite's is a little bit more natural in my opinion. I don't know, it's just sort of little blends in more with the background. It just sort of blends in a little more, whereas the Glo HD, you kind of feel like you're looking at a light more. But that's just at this particular setting. Let's go ahead and max them out. That was 21 on the Glo, 12 on the Kindle. Max them out here. The Glo HD seems a bit brighter when it's maxed out. Still has more of a yellowish tone to it, or I mean a bluish tone to it. This, I wouldn't say this is a yellowish tone, it's just sort of more of a natural tone on the Paperwhite. They both have a touch of shadowy areas down here at the bottom. That's just sort of the nature, the LED lighting with these kind of ebook readers. So let's go down to a lower level again. A little bit higher on the Glo. But yeah, they both look really good. I mean, they don't have like weird discolorations or blotches or anything like that. So front lights do look really good. So like I said, I mean, we've gone over the hardware. The hardware features are very similar between these two devices. The main difference is, you know, where you get your ebooks from, the features that we have on board. What I really like about the Kindle, when I was trying to match up these pages, it was excruciating on the Glo, because you don't have any kind of visual, there's no fast way to turn pages is what I'm saying. You can skip by chapters, you can just hit a button to turn one page. What I like about this Kindle software is you can scan through pages by using this little window right here, and it can get a sort of a fast scan feature. So this is a side-loaded book, so it doesn't have X-ray, but if I were to open up the other The regular version, it has the X-ray feature, which is something that Kobo doesn't have. It tells you information about characters in the book, so it comes in handy if you're reading large books with lots of characters. You can get additional information about info in the book. So one of the main advantages with the Kobo devices is they have a lot more font settings. There is some caveats with that. So this is a side-loaded book. None of the line spacing and margins are going to work for very good at all. But you can use the font sizes. There's a lot more font sizes with Kobo's devices than there are with Kindles. Kindles, you got, there's like, what, 8 here. So the Kobo has like 48 or some crazy number. So there's a lot more font sizes on the Kobo devices. It takes it a second to update, as you can see right there. It's taking it a while. So Amazon's definitely got the fat. Why isn't it updating? That was really strange. Amazon, see, this is something you can expect with Kobo's devices. Sometimes they do get bogged down. I do not know why, but then they freeze or take a while to do something. Where with Kindle devices, they're definitely a lot smoother as far as the OS goes. So like I can just jump between font sizes without any issue. Whereas the Glo HD, it's like frozen up now, and I guess I'm gonna have to restart it or something. Okay, so the Glo HD is finally working again. Updated the font. I don't know what the deal was. It doesn't usually do that. But it does take its time sometimes. It's still taking a while to change this font, so I don't know what its deal is today. Probably just because I have the video going. Usually when I have a video going, things tend to not work so good. Just on any device, anywhere, it doesn't really matter. But like suddenly problems will come up that I've never experienced before. Alright, so here we go. It seems to be working now. Let's get a sort of a comparable large font size between these two guys. So yeah, you get some huge fonts on these. It looks really good with the ink screen. The text is super black, super dark, and very clear. I really do like these ink screens for reading. They are fantastic. So like I was saying with the Glo, I was trying to say with the Glo HD, is you've got all these different font choices. You can easily sideload your own fonts. Where Amazon, you can't sideload your own fonts, but you can use embedded fonts. So there's like just a lot of different ways you can set up the text on both of these guys, but the Glo HD has more options. Kobo software definitely has more options, and then you've got more line spacing and font options usually. So one thing about Kobo's devices though, by default, without a hack, you got this really annoying amount of space wasted on the screen. So I have this, which is a hack you have to do separately. It's just this little file you put on the device, and then you can get rid of this header and footer, because otherwise it would normally look like this. Gets this really big header and footer, or actually with side-loaded books it's just a footer, so you get this huge chunk of wasted space down here on every page, which drove me crazy, so I enabled that hack. On Kobo's books you even have more wasted space on the top up here, so that's just sort of one of the ways Kobo's devices do things differently than Kindle's devices. Let me load up one of the Kobo's devices here, or Kobo books here, and I'll show you what I mean. So you got that top header and top footer right there. And like this book, most Kobo's books have the spaces between paragraphs. It's just something I don't really care for, whereas Kindle books almost always have layout exactly like this. Kindle books are a lot more consistent than Kobo books as far as that goes. Kobo books, you get a lot more options. You got the Open EPUB support. You've got more font choices. Like I said, you can sideload fonts. So it just so depends on your own personal preference. One thing that is a big advantage for Amazon is you're using the Kindle store on this device. It's a lot more user-friendly than using the Kobo store on this device. From my own personal experience, trying to use the Kobo store on this device, it gets irritating. There's no reviews. There's barely a book description. You don't get very much info at all to go off of. Where Amazon, you got a gazillion reviews you can read. It's got the full book description. So I mean, they both allow you to get samples to download. So that's sort of an even deal right there. One thing the Kobo devices have is they have this cool little estimated reading deal, where it shows you this bar right here sort of represents how long each chapter is, and it tells you how long each chapter is going to take you to read. Kindle has the same sort of deal down here. It's not nearly as advanced. It's just this little deal that tells you, estimates how much time you got left in the chapter, how much time you got left in the book. So you don't get the visual representation like the Kobo devices offer, which is kind of nice. One thing a lot of people like about the Kobo devices is that you get the advanced options here, but it's only on Kobo's fonts. It's not on your side-loaded fonts or your embedded fonts. So it's just with these Kobo fonts, but it's really nice to be able to increase the weight. I really wish Amazon would give us an option. So this is their book relief font, and it's very thin and it's very sharp, but some people really like to have bold fonts like this. So on the Kobo's devices, that's a major plus, because you can make the text appear way darker just by making it bold. So I mean, that kind of makes the 300 pixel per inch screen kind of pointless, because it makes the edges fuzzy. But I mean, some people like the thicker, darker fonts, so I don't know why Amazon doesn't give us an option for that. like Kobo does, because that's really a nice thing, especially when you're reading at night and your eyes are kind of tired. Just bolden up those fonts and you can see them really well. It's kind of a nice, definitely a nice plus with the Kobo's devices. Kindle's devices have some other pluses with the Goodreads integration. They also have landscape mode so that you can turn your book or your device on the side, which is kind of nice to read it like this. They're really quite comfortable to hold like this. Kobo's devices, for whatever reason, they've never implemented landscape mode for ebooks. They do have it for PDFs and stuff, but they don't have it for ebooks. So the Kindle definitely offers a few more advantages with stuff like that. And the Kindle also has some other software advantages with this. It's got the WordWise, where it gives you recommendations. I guess it'd be good for kids if there's like hard words. It gives you a little recommendation, some synonyms above the word. There's also the vocabulary builder, so whenever you look up a word in the dictionary, it adds it to a vocabulary builder you can access on the home screen, and all your notes and highlights are accessible off this device on your home screen in a basic text file. You can hook it up to your computer and get them off of that, whereas notes and highlights you can't take off of Kobo's devices at all. And I don't know why their dictionary is always doing that. Like, recognizing isn't a word, it's always saying no definition found, but whatever. So we got some different translation dictionaries in there as well you can jump to. Speaking of translations, with the Kindle you can jump over here, use the translation feature, and you can just jump to whatever language on this list and get some translations. It does require an internet connection. So as you can tell, I just sort of like the Kindle. I'm not trying to be biased here. I do like the Kindle software better. It's definitely more user-friendly. Things just work better. As you've seen with the Glo, it was acting weird earlier. I don't know. That's not terribly uncommon. The Glo has more advanced features. It's even got some games, and you've got the better fonts. I just wish Amazon would add these dark fonts. It's so much nicer in my opinion, but I don't know, to each their own, I guess. So we've got some more features with the Kindle software features. You got a little bit better screen with the Glo HD, and you got more open ecosystem, more open, reader. You can customize things more. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review right here. Check out the ebookreader.com. I'll include more information in the written review. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.